Chapter 12. Day 4 of our visit. Returning home. Arica sat patiently the whole time my mother and I were talking. Then she asked, "Are you doing okay?" Mother said, "Yes, I'm okay." With the stress of our conversation being over, Mother invited us to move from the living room into the dining room. As we were getting ready to leave the room, Arica offered to carry the backpack for her, and she let her. Arica struggled greatly as she was picking it up. Then she looked at my mother as if to wonder how in the world this tiny, delicate-looking woman has the strength to carry around such a heavy bag. "Miss Geneva, this is heavy. How do you do it?" My mother replied, "I'm a strong woman. You just don't know." We all laughed. During our entire visit, I had wondered what exactly was in that backpack. After we had settled in the dining room, Arica thanked my mother for sharing her story. She said, "You only shared what you were comfortable with, right?" Mother said, "Yes." Then Arica asked some questions like, "Did you play the piano?" And, "Did you sing too?" Mother answered yes to both. Then she began to talk some more about people in the boarding home stealing her clothes and other belongings. "They even stole my Bible. Can you imagine who would want to steal a Bible? They don't read it." We all laughed. I reminded her that is why I really wished she could move away from there and live closer to us. "I could take you shopping right now, but I know if you bring new things back here, someone would steal it. If you were there with us, you would have your own room, and we could buy you things without having to worry about it getting stolen." She said, "That sounds good." I asked her if she was going to be thinking about moving or if she pretty much knows she wants to stay there. She admitted she likes where she is and that the stealing was not a factor in her decision to stay there. She reiterated that she likes that they have done many things to fix up the boarding home, like painting the walls. She said she likes the convenience of being close to the store, laundromat, and bus stop. I told her I understood. While I wish she felt differently, I accepted her reasons for wanting to stay where she was. She said she was not sure how she had lost all of her children, that details of it were a blur and no one ever explained it to her. She recalled a time when she went back to a house where children from her second marriage were living and found the house boarded up. "I felt devastated. I didn't know what had happened to my kids or why they had taken them away." My heart wept for her at that moment. I told her I had taken some steps to search for them and asked if she knew the names of the hospitals where they were born. She gave me the names of the hospitals. I could not wait to get home and submit this information to Elsie to see if it would help her locate them in her database. Our visit was rapidly ending. We used my cell phone to take some pictures with Mother. When I showed her one of the pictures on my cell phone screen, she said, "Wow, I am much prettier than I thought I was." We all smiled. I kept my promise to give her some cash. To show me how much she appreciated the money, she smiled very big, told me thank you, and gave me a great big kiss on my jaw. We gave our final goodbyes and hugs. Then Arica and I walked out of the boarding home, went to the car, hopped in, and headed towards the highway to begin our very long drive back to Kansas City. Arica and I had enjoyed the city. We had partaken in great conversations with my mother, and I knew I had received all the answers I was going to acquire from her. As we traveled home, I did a lot of thinking about how I felt our visit had gone. I appreciated my mother for doing the best she could to talk to me about why she left. Even though she was forced to admit herself into a mental hospital around that time, and even though She said there was a lot that she, herself, still did not know surrounding that era. I still felt like there was more she could have shared with me. I believed she was in denial about a lot of the ways she was feeling back then. I believed she may have been experiencing a lot of guilt for not wanting her children. She did not admit to not wanting us, but I believe it was true. I valued the things she felt comfortable sharing, but I felt doubtful that she had truly given me all the facts. Therefore, I just had to accept the reality that I may never know her full story. I wanted her to say she was ready to move, but she did not. The good thing is that I realized my mother's basic needs were being met. I was intrigued to learn that the center is not merely social engagement just to give boarding home residents something fun to do. It is actually a mental health treatment center. Since she was satisfied to stay where she was, I had to accept the fact that she may never live in Kansas City with us. Overall, I was impressed with the work of the boarding home and mental health treatment center. I realized they are committed to that specific community of people. They have taken on the challenge of providing their basic physical, emotional, and mental health needs. I realized that if it were not for the boarding home and the center, every single person living there would probably be homeless. So I appreciate the work they are doing, and I am grateful they have provided a home for my mother. Even though I knew exactly how my mother felt about staying where she was for now, I still had a strong desire for her to move closer to us. I did not want any mother of mine to have to carry a heavy backpack around all the time. I imagined her being able to leave her belongings in a room of her own that she does not have to share. I imagined her having a key to her own room and not having to worry about the other residents coming in and taking her stuff. It was hard for me to wipe out the images in my head of her carrying that big black backpack everywhere she went. Ultimately, I felt like I got the answers I traveled so many miles for. I felt grateful that Arica was there with me. I never would have gotten the answers I needed without her. When I took her with me, I did not think about the fact that I was actually taking a licensed social worker with me. I just figured I was taking my daughter for companionship and support. However, having her with me made a world of difference, and I cannot begin to imagine how the trip would have gone without her being there. Due to some things being a blur, Mother was not able to provide clear answers for all of my questions surrounding her departure. However, she gave her sincere responses to my 2 inquiries. So I felt like I could not ask for anything more than that. Nevertheless, a part of me still felt a little disheartened that my 2 desires remained only partially fulfilled. Therefore, the end of this trip served as time of overall acceptance. Accepting that Mother actually did not want me, that she left me in the hospital when I was born, and that she left 4 additional children after she left our family of 6 children. Accepting that she left of her own accord, not because of anything my father or grandmother had done. Accepting that she is mentally ill, that this nice, smart woman is actually sick and unable to be a mother to me. Accepting the horrific fact that someone robbed her. Accepting her poverty-stricken living environment, that she is happy where she is, and that she is not interested in allowing us to provide a better life for her in Kansas City. Accepting the fact that I may never get her full story without her referring to the people on the 3rd floor. I felt I had no choice but to accept all of these things, since this is the way things are and I cannot change it. This left me with a lot of thoughts and feelings as Arica and I were leaving, returning home to Kansas City. For the next few months after that visit, I experienced an assortment of emotions. I'm very transparent about them in the next book from the Finding Mother series entitled Diary of Emotions, Thoughts and Feelings.
If you enjoyed this story, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.